Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bonus Stage. Ooh, tonight we have a special feature for all of you. I'm here live with several people who are collectively Glitch Kibbitz. Am I saying that right? Is the pronunciation on the kib or is it on the bits?
Glitch Kibbitz.
Glitch Kibbitz. All right. Awesome. I got it right. I'm not a complete schmuck. Yeah, thanks for everybody for being here. Yes, Andy Goth, Woo Faces, awesome. So happy. And of course, as I'm sure everybody knows, we're here to celebrate their latest release, which just came out today, Starry Shtetl, a tribute to several amazing tracks on the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 soundtracks. I received it promptly at 4:20 a.m. this morning. Thanks, Nikola, for that, and have been listening to it on repeat all day, and just really been enjoying it. For those of you who listened to the first album, real treat. Starry Shtetl takes it up a notch, though. Folks, who wants to take the charge and tell us a little bit about this album? Don't all speak up at once.
I guess I will.
There we are.
I think it started to be. By the way, there might be some lag, but that's just the nature of the beast. I think it probably started with Shir, who proposed that we do some Mario Galaxy tracks, and then Kevin and I and Shir sort of picked ones that we really liked and ones that we thought could be klezmerized, so to speak, pretty well. And a couple that are much harder to klezmerize, but like have the core essence of Mario Galaxy. So those were, in some sense, the hardest ones for us to do, but I think they actually turned out the best. So yeah, it's 8 tracks, sort of 8 really different styles. And we added for the first time percussion, thanks to Cacophonie, who is here in the chat as well. Percussion and also vibraphone. So we took this release up to the next level in a number of different, ways.
Into the stratosphere, as it were.
And we also created like a new tie-in that I gotta plug because, I like this stuff. We made a little web game themed around this album. So you can play it on the web, and also it has a Bandcamp embed so you can listen to the music while you play it. And I thought that was, a very cool piece of promo that I haven't really seen done before.
Yeah, and you programmed that yourself too.
Yep.
All homebrew and a wonderful album to go along with it too. I would love to showcase that gameplay a little bit later, but first of all, if there's anybody in the chat who's never seen or heard of Glitch Kibbitz before, what's your boilerplate? What's your elevator pitch?
Klezmer VGM. We do klezmer interpretations of video game music. We all like video game cover bands, and this was one part of that scene that needs some more love, I think.
I agree. I was making you all blush a little bit earlier because I gave a really sincere compliment that and you said so even on your website, that you're kind of a first of your kind. I've never seen a klezmer VGM band before, and it's super cool to see something that's so fresh in VGM. Just like you've managed to find a lot of pieces that lend themselves well to that style. And you're also just like really good, genuine talents with it too. It just kind of seems to come naturally. But where did this idea to do klezmer VGM? Where did that all come from? How did that start?
It's a great story. Actually, it came from one of our mutual friends from MAG who was running the jam space at PAX West 2019, being like, we need some acts for this. Anyone just like want to form a band and play at the jam space? And then somebody who is not in Glitch Kibbitz and whose name I totally don't remember was like, oh man, somebody should really do a klezmer VGM act. That would be great. And Nikola and I, we knew each other, but we hadn't talked much. We basically met on the post and started chatting, and we're like, wait, this would be the best thing ever. And it worked out really well. You know, we threw it together in like 3 months for PAX, thanks to a lot of effort on Nikola's part, writing like 6 songs, and managed to have a pretty decent show, all things considered.
Yeah, I think that was my first introduction, not necessarily PAX or that specific MagFest, but I think I saw like was it not the Belvedere, or was it the Belvedere, the gazebo performance that you did at MagFest last year. I got to catch that on YouTube, and that was a lot of fun, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's this? This is amazing. But yeah, and then I think I talked to Nikola a little bit. I don't remember how we actually got introduced to each other, Nikola, now that I think about it.
I don't remember either. It's one of the cases where I'm wondering if we ever met in person or it's just an online thing.
I feel like it is, yeah.
But I feel like I've known you
I was like, oh, that's what he looks like. But maybe that's a good segue to going around and just kind of like everybody maybe get a chance to introduce themselves and how they got involved with the band. Obviously, we've got Nikola there, and Shir. You two seem to be kind of like the foundation of the group. Anybody else want to raise their hand and be like, "Hi, I'm so and so, and I play this, and I know these good people through blah blah blah."
So I'm Brandon. I play saxophone in the band, and so I know Tyler Eveland, who's the gentleman in the hat without headphones on, from high school, and I know Nikola from playing with another band that is no longer together, and
F's in the chat for that band that is no longer together.
And yeah, so Nikola had invited me to come join a group that he was putting together that was exploring VGM and klezmer music, and two things that I'm very, very new to like learning about and like discovering. But it's been a great outlet for me to like break into like some new genres of like music to play and like new ideas I can learn. And I've met some really cool people because of it, and I'm just very excited and to see where things go. And I'm happy with how much I've been pushed creatively. So yeah,
very nice. Thank you, Brandon. Kevin, you were also one of the people who were eager to raise their hand. Oh, I think you're muted there, bud.
Oh.
No, I'm still not getting you. Anybody else getting you?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh no, and there. All right. Well, he's going to try reconnecting.
I can go.
Yeah, Tyler, you're up.
Name's Tyler. I play trombone, and I came across Glitch Kibbitz when I went to high school with Brandon, and I was playing in that same band with Brandon and Nikola that doesn't exist anymore.
Or F.
It was kind of like a David Bowie, like Frank Zappa-esque funk group. There was like 9 people in it. But yeah, it didn't work out. And I had played in a VGM band before when I was 19. And then so Nikola asked me if I wanted to play in this group because he needed a trombone player. And I was like, I'm your guy. I'll be there. And I showed up to rehearsal, met everyone else, and we've been jamming ever since.
What VGM band were you in when you were 19?
I was in a band called D20 Brass Band, which also doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, man. Is that Seattle?
Yeah, they were Seattle, and so they dissolved into 2 different bands. One the bands they dissolved into was Neon Brass Party, and the other band they dissolved into was 8-Bit Brass Band. which played at PAX in 2019.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. I'm just over the border, so I'm always trying to keep my tabs on what's fresh and happening in the Seattle scene. You know. That's so
Sure.
cool. All right, and we got Kevin back. Awesome.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes, we hear you
Yes.
wonderfully.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No. 8-bit brass band. Really brought it down that year, and that was our first show after I think just rehearsing for maybe a couple months prior to that summer. And so I'd been playing clarinet with the Seattle Video Game Orchestra, and that's where I met Nikola and Cacophonie actually too, with that project. And I kind of cut my teeth doing some arranging with that group, and sort of the more we started jamming and playing with the klezmer, I was like, this is so cool. I gotta try this out more. And arranging for small compositions is really different than big orchestras. But it's just been a really awesome group to be a part of, and a really wonderful type of music to explore. I think it's really fun kind of crossover. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, definitely. And last but certainly not least, we have you, Cacophonie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hear you great.
All right, cool. So as Kevin was saying, I am part of the Seattle Video Game Orchestra, and that's how I know Nikola and Kevin. And then randomly earlier this year, they were like, hey, do you want to drum for stuff? And I'm like, sure. And then Kevin was like, wait, don't you play Vibraphone? I'm like, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, you want to do drum set? And I'm like, okay. And then yeah. So I played Doombeck, Vibraphone, and drum set on the album. So it's really fun. It's been really fun because I love video game music, and it's really fun what y'all do, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, folks, do you feel like you've had enough time to talk? Should we start to dig into this album a little bit?
I'm ready to listen.
Good.
Nobody else has heard the album yet, right?
I have not. I'm very excited. I was working all day, and now I'm ready. Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna listen to a good solid 15 minutes of this album so far. We got the first 4 tracks, and I'll just list them off. Oh gosh, where did I put them? I don't think I have the track list in front of me. What an oversight! Okay, so we've got Breezy Beginnings. We've got Olam Zex. We've got Flotilla. Now, the C's in this next word have some funny accents, and I don't quite know how to pronounce them. Somebody, you want to take the reins on that?
Yeah, Choche. It's a
Choche.
type of dance.
Awesome. And Rosalina's Waltz. And yeah, this is just a beautiful flow. We're going to listen to them all in a row here, and we'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. Wow. Yeah, that was really beautiful, everyone. Well done. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh my god. It's kind of unreal to hear it being played not out of a DAW, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I made it as like a joke earlier that none of you had listened to it, but I guess like truly, I mean, since it only showed up at 4:20 in my inbox this morning, like some of you have genuinely not had a chance to really listen to it so far today, have you? So what are the general thoughts from everybody? Like, what do you like? What do you dislike? What are you buying?
Was that for us?
I will not
Yeah,
comment.
that was just like, you can all answer in unison if you want, you know, like, whatever works.
I will not comment because I did listen to it 20,000 times, so I have ear fatigue. Someone else takes the stage now.
Beautiful.
I just want to jam with y'all IRL. It sounds so fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's really incredible to like think that basically all these were recorded in, you know, like our random respective houses, and it sounds really nice and coherent, even though, like, you know, I've never met you in person, unfortunately, but it sounds like we're a real cohesive band who's been, you know, all playing together for the last year instead of not.
Yeah, and you
Shout
were.
out.
Oh, sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
going to give a shout out to James, our mixer, who did such a tremendous job creating the space out of 6 different living rooms or bedrooms, and yeah, parts of it sound like we're in the street playing, you know, or we're on a stage somewhere. So it's just got this nice cozy vibe to it that I can't get enough of, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a live, and I mean that also speaks to like the instrumentation and your talents as artists individually. But yeah, you definitely managed to achieve some kind of like serendipitous live feel with the album. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that you all recorded it remotely.
It's incredible.
And you were talking about the methods that you used to record too. Something about utilizing a Zoom call to kind of like have people remotely control each other's DAWs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's how we ended up doing a lot of it. We figured out this way, you know, you can use Zoom, you can share your screen, you can even share control to your screen. So one of us, usually me, would control the screen and set the playhead and say, okay, we're going to record this section, and maybe we need to do multiple takes, maybe it's a solo. And it's just really useful to have one person like doing the keyboard and mouse, and the other person just holds their instrument. They don't need to put it down, move back and forth. So it helps with efficiency, and it also helps, you know, having that second set of ears. One person thinks it sounds good, the other one says we should probably try it again, or whatnot. I thought it was extremely useful. I'm looking forward to being in the same room, but if we can't do it, I think that this Zoom thing is something to consider.
Yeah, definitely. There's something to be said for being able to put together an album like this, and yeah, like still achieving that live vibe, but like doing it all remotely and kind of collaborating that way. Like pat yourselves on the back. Well done. Who's responsible, I want to know, for the flow of the album so far?
That's Nikola. Yeah.
That's Nikola. We're just going to keep coming back to you, aren't we, Nikola?
I did think about it a lot. Yeah, I think the hardest one was the first track, which is Gusty. It's the one that's sort of least able to be klezmerized, but we have this nice section which sort of matches the klezmer inspiration. So that was the hardest one, and really the props have to go to Kevin for arranging that one. It has a huge mix of styles. It's the perfect song to start the album, and it hits all of the nails, so to speak, if that's how people speak. I don't really speak.
How do people?
Tyler is the English major. I am not.
Yeah, Gusky was the biggest. Like, I think it's the longest song on the album, and it's just it's kind of, it goes headlong into different genres, really. So we have, the kind of straightforward march that's very pumping, gets you excited, and then it goes into the swing that is kind of propelled by the jazz drums from Cacophonie, and it's really, really cool. But it keeps going back and forth. Like, I kind of can't make up its mind, and then finally it settles on more of a the kind of oompa kind of energetic polka that we get towards the end there. That sets the tone for the rest of the album in a lot of ways, because that's where a lot of this the genesis for these ideas is coming from. Aside from the Mario Galaxy tunes, we're pulling from a lot of Eastern European music, and some really specific callouts that are in there that Nikola maybe can tell more about. But yeah, that was my. I was really excited that was the first song on the album, because it does really just get you excited for everything that's to come.
Mm-hmm. And like it's kind of like the hit from the series too, right? Like, oh, everyone knows what Gusty Garden sounds like, and then you put your interpretation on top of it, and it's like the perfect introduction to the rest of the album. I think I agree with that. Awesome. Should we keep going on this beautiful journey through space? All right, cool. Awesome. Well, up next, we have Glitchik Sands, Ball of the Booze. I really love that one. And Stardust, which is another beautiful one. Excellent choice on the tracks, by the way. This is like a good mix of like that oompa energy and then just like the chill. It's really making my spring. It's really making my May 7th. So we're gonna get more into that, and I'll stop talking, I promise. Okay, everybody, we'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. There I am. I'm back. Sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah, everybody. Another 3 tracks from Starry Shtetl. Wow, that's really beautiful. I like how we've kind of ended each of these blocks on like a very mellow note so far. And I like the kind of like dips that they're creating in the overall flow of the album too. I think that's such an important part when you're putting together an album, is really considering the flow, like the ebbs and flows of the dynamics of the songs that you're choosing. So yeah, I just want to make sure I commend you for that. Oh, and Kitty Cat.
He's trying to get into the Doombeck.
Yeah, and on that last track, obviously we heard from you, Cacophonie. Beautiful work on the vibraphone there.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So someone was like, bowed. And I'm like, yep, just bowed vibraphone. Just, and yeah, like, Kevin had me learn a new technique to play this. So if I ever play it live, I have to do it that way.
That's beautiful. That's like the wine glass trick almost.
Yeah, a lot easier, a lot less water, a lot less wine.
You don't have to spit on your bow or anything. Yeah, that's beautiful. The ball of the booze, I think that was one of my favorites. Just like almost like the derpiness of the opening to that track and then leading into more of the upbeat energy was so cute. I love that one so much. Cool. Does anybody have any interesting things that they would like to say about any of those specific tracks?
Okay, fun fact, glitch is actually a Yiddish word, which maybe you guessed from the band name, but it means like slip or slide, which is why we have that track named Glitchik Sands. So I thought that was cool and a nice coincidence of Yiddish. Thank you, Yiddish.
Thank you for all you've done, Yiddish.
Really, quite a lot, actually. We could talk about that for a while.
I love it. No, let's get into it. Let's dig into the Yiddishisms in the band.
Sure, we got a couple of them in the track list. I think really from this album, the only other notable one is Olam Zex, specifically from a Yiddish standpoint. We also have the Flotilla Kashik. Am I saying that right? Probably not. Shocek. Right. But yeah, we didn't go too hard on the Yiddish titles, though. I'm always kind of like, why don't we just translate them all to Yiddish? That would be like fun and accessible for everyone.
So just have everybody looking at that track list like Flotilla Kokek. What is
Yeah, we went back and forth on that one. I think it was, it originally just had a name all in English, but I was like, those characters look cool, and Nikola was like, they won't render well anywhere, and well, we were both right.
But I think it's good to have the being really specific with their callouts, because this the Churchek is it's a specific dance tune, right? It has a feel to it that we're trying to channel there. And then throwing in the little Yiddishisms into the other titles means we're being deliberate with how we present the stuff, I guess. And I don't know if there's a whole conversation about authenticity, but I think we're trying to just do something different and do something our own and respect everything in it. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I think even for myself, I'm just a white mutt with no real cultural upbringing at all, and I appreciate the authenticity and uniqueness that you have brought to your approach and your presentation. It's really wonderful. I think my dad had Harry Belafonte on vinyl singing Hava Nagila, and I kind of got into singing that, or at least his interpretation of that. But aside from that, I don't really have terribly great exposure to Jewish or Yiddish culture in any sense. And so what you're doing and bringing it into the VGM realm is something that I greatly appreciate.
Yeah, I think especially with this album, it's not just quite as straightforward klezmer, especially with the stuff that Nikola and Kevin infused in some of the tracks that, maybe partially was out of necessity because some of the stuff just doesn't klezmerize as well, but also kind of, in their own respective musical and otherwise backgrounds. I think we have like a really cool sort of klezmer fusion album, which is funny because, klezmer is inherently kind of fusion, but I just love seeing kind of the world of Glitch Kibbitz expand and bring in all of these like wonderful different genres and kind of tie them together into something cohesive.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. Gosh, I wish you had a longer album here for us, but we're coming up on the final track. Sad face. But before we get to that, maybe do you want to talk about the last release that you did, because that was really beautiful? The Miserloo sisters. Surprise!
Yeah, I
about
can.
Something you didn't know I was going to ask.
Yeah,
you
wow, I didn't know this was going to come up. Yeah. So I played that. It's just a pair of violins. The idea being the Rosa sisters from Majora's Mask were just two sisters, so you have just two violins. And it makes references to two pieces. One is the Rosa sisters theme from Majora's Mask, and the other is Miserloo, which is technically a song from somewhere in the Ottoman Empire. You could call it Turkish, but it's also super, super ingrained in like the klezmer repertoire. And it's also super ingrained in the surf rock repertoire, right? Like Dick Dale did his version, and now that's what all of the Americans know. But yeah, that was really cool because it was a legit mashup between a video game song and a real traditional klezmer song, and I think it worked really well. And props have to go to Kevin for the mixing and mastering on that one, because I was pretty nervous just doing so raw violin. I can't, hide anything behind the rest of the band in that track. But Kevin can with some magic.
Yeah, no, I really love that one. So anybody who's watching, I'm going to drop the command in the chat again, and that has a link to Glitch Kibitz's Bandcamp, specifically the Starry Shtetl album. But make sure you go and check out their other releases as well. They've had a lot of really cool stuff as well. There's a link in that command to the Starry Shtetl Defender, which Nikola has programmed himself, and we've actually got him lined up so that he's going to be playing that game, showcasing it live for us while we listen to this last track. And yes, thank you, Teaching Robots to Love. Yes, happy Bandcamp Friday, absolutely. If you want to support Glitch Kibbitz as best you can, today's the day to do it. There was like some weird announcement. I don't know. I've seen people saying that it's like the last Bandcamp Friday, but I looked on Bandcamp and I don't think that has been fact checked properly. I think they're going to continue doing it through 2021. But nevertheless, I mean, it's the best day to get the album. You're going to finish listening to it very soon on this stream, and you're definitely going to want to be able to listen to it in your own homes and in your own ears on your own time. So definitely head over to Bandcamp and pick that up today. Anything that anybody wants to say about our last track here before we get into it?
Get ready
for the Mecha Hammer. All right, and for some Starry Shtetl Defender starring Nikola. Here we go.
Okay, I'll let the planet explode.
No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, there it goes. Kaboom!
One more.
Oh, one more.
One more.
One more.
Oh,
One
wow.
more rock.
Okay.
One more rock. Awesome. Game
But see,
over.
you can keep playing if you want. You just have no score counter increase.
No.
All right, cool.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really cool. That's a neat detail. All right. Wow, that was the last track. I love sad trombone intensifies Ranja. Oh man, yeah, that was really fun. I loved watching you play that. That was like kind of like the perfect showcase for that game. Is that piece? I think it's just kind of like really good, pump you up, and like, oh, it's kind of goofy, but there might be trouble. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, beautiful tunes. We got lots of enthusiasm in the chat for your new album. Congratulations. Yeah, and again, the game. Everyone, head on over to the Glitch Kibbitz website. If you oh no, why didn't my command work? Why did that not just work?
Because you said exclamation point glitch Kibbitz, which means not glitch Kibbitz. Come on.
Whoa, that's some programming thing. What the hell
That
happened?
is a programming thing.
Oh wow, it just like it showed up super delayed. What's going on? Okay, thanks Nightbot for all of your hard work. Oh man. Oh Shir, thank you. Sorry you're not getting hyperlinks there. Oh man, actually I want to try out the game here too. I'm gonna no. Oh, it is actually. Oh shoot, I replaced the I replaced the source, so it's just yours that shows up, Nikola. But nevertheless, yeah, that was super fun. Yeah, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the art of the album too. There was some debate backstage whether the music is worthy of the art, and maybe we'll let the chat pitch in on that. But I definitely agree that it is. And we've got a fun little close up for everybody too. Oh shoot, hold on. That's pull that up here just a sec for everybody to get a nice close look at this beautiful art. Holy cow! So I heard that Nikola did this art, not to be confused with Nikola, who worked on the album itself. Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the art?
Yeah, so it was made by Nikola Odić, who is a video game artist professionally. And we got in touch with him through actually Elizabeth Sherry, who did the art for our EP. And collaborating with both of them has been amazing. I think hopefully you'll agree that the quality of the art here is just totally cool.
Yeah, it's a graphic designer's dream.
Yeah, so and naturally you may have guessed all of the art and all of the assets for the game were also done by Nikola Odić, who is used to not just making pretty art for albums, but game art specifically. So it was a match made in heaven. Plus, we're both Nikolas, so
A match made in twin heaven. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, it's super awesome. I love seeing video game music art. I feel like the album art is almost just as much of a representation of a band as the music itself. And so, yeah, well done on locking them down and getting that out of them. It's such a beautiful thing. I could stare at it for hours. Let's stare at it again together.
The question becomes: if we wrote original music for the game, would it still be VGM? Like, would it be cover music?
It would be. It's a game.
It would be video game music
for a game.
But the snake eating tail, I don't know.
I mean, I am totally in support of Glitch Kibbitz, like writing original klezmer for a video game. That would be really fun. What would that video game be? What would be a good video game to have some klezmer music to?
I'm thinking about it.
I feel like Sorry, go ahead.
I got into programming, and professionally now I'm a programmer, right? I got into programming because I wanted to make music for video games, and I was like, well, why don't I just learn how to make video games?
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say I could really picture SC5I. Sorry, I just read your name as Sci-Fi. But anyways, it says a brawler. I was kind of picturing like some really sassy point and click adventure. I think that was what came to my mind first. Anyways, oh man. And somebody earlier was saying how you need to mod your music into Super Mario Galaxy, which I'm also in support of. High speed parkour. High speed parkour with the Oompas and stuff like that. Like, oh man, that feels it would be like quick time event parkour, perhaps, just to keep it in time with the music. Oh gosh, awesome. Yeah, I wish we had more music to listen to. And oh, we've got a pupper. Oh my gosh, we've got a big
James
Woo.
Beard.
Oh, this is so cute, Pupper.
He missed the album,
Oh.
but we'll listen again with him later.
Yes,
Oh.
puppy.
Oh my gosh, what a big teddy bear. Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. I'm just a sucker for band pets. I got one too, but he's being shy right now. He's probably out with his mama right now. Yeah, thank you so much, Glitchbits, each of you for being here and for making this album. I'm just a huge fan. I don't know what more to say to it than that. I just love what you're doing, and I want to see so much more, please. Keep doing it. Actually, maybe that's a good question. Do you have plans for your next album? Like, are you like, oh, I just gave birth, I don't want to think about having another child? Or is it like, yes, we've got like the next 5 things lined up. We know what we're doing. We know what our plan is.
No comments.
No comments. Oh, shucks. Well, hopefully live events are something that happens soon, because I do want to see you live, and I think everybody here probably does too. I think your format and your style just lends itself really well to a live format, and just creating that energy in the room would be a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun, all the same, in a virtual space here with you tonight, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we'll get on that. No, but honestly, thanks to everybody in the stream. This is really a cool way to celebrate, and really excited to be able to share this with you.
Yeah, and thanks so much for coordinating, Josh. This was tons of fun. I think the best way we've commemorated any release yet.
Awesome. Well, if you happen to do your next one digitally, just hit me up and we'll do it again.
Absolutely,
cool.
We'll do.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being here and giving us your support for tonight. I think I'm going to leave you all. Whoops, sorry, I got to that scene a little too soon here. But yeah, we're gonna say goodnight, and I'll leave you with their last EP again. Don't forget to go to Bandcamp and grab that album, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye.